everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a bunch of fun fall crafts and hobbies in store. We're going to do some sewing projects and some paper crafts. I'm also going to share a hobby that I've recently gotten back into, and it's really fun for those of you that like to read, especially if you're into fan fiction. So first things first, we need to head over to the craft store. I need to get some stuff for my new sewing project and also restock on a couple things. So let's go ahead and do that first.
What are you doing? Are you a good boy? You happy, boy? You happy? Yeah.
Okay, I am back from Hobby Lobby, so let me show you what I got. First thing I got is a new fabric ruler because my other one is really damaged on the side from my rotary cutter going sideways and slicing the side of the ruler. So I went ahead and picked up a new one. I also got this insole bright batting, and this is used for like hot pads or oven mitts, and it's supposed to be heat resistant. So there's a little hint on what we're making today, or what we're gonna try and make. So I got some of this. I got a new rotary blade for my cutter. I also got some bias tape and some cord elastic to have like little buttons. And here are some little buttons. More bias tape. This is a single fold, so it's a little bit thinner than the other one. This is random, but I couldn't resist. I love fuzzy socks, and I thought these were really cute. They have little bears on them, so I just impulse grab for that. I got some threading needles because I don't have any, and I feel like this will be a lot easier if I need to repair small holes or just different things. I will have needles. Okay, for the book sleeve, I've actually already sewn my two inner lining pieces. So I just leave the top open and then sew the sides and then leave a little hole open on the bottom. Then we have my two outer pieces. I actually have an extra one as well, but we have the golden moth. So I already have these two pieces cut out, and the two ribbon pieces that I will end up sewing like this, and then kind of cut a piece off there, which you'll see all of that. And my two batting pieces for this outer fabric. So that's the first thing we're gonna do. I'm gonna line up my outer pieces and then quilt these I have my fall wristlets here. I'm gonna sew each one and then see how the new hardware looks and then decide if I like the old hardware or the new hardware best with the fall designs. So let me know what you guys think. Do you prefer the gold or the silver hardware? I do think the gold is cute, but I think I'm just so used to the silver. I'm not sure. So let me know what you guys think, if I should release the fall fabrics in the gold or just leave it as the silver. Now it's time for a brand new sewing project. I'm going to try and make a pot holder. I found a really cute video where she made one that looks like a little pie, and I think that's really cute. So we're gonna try it. Like I said, I've never made one of these before. I've also never used Insel Bright like heat resistant batting before. I don't know if it's different than normal batting. So this is gonna be a whole kind of probably trial and error, and I'm just going to bring you guys along the process of making one of these. So let's go ahead and pick out some fabric and pull up that tutorial. Unfortunately, I did forget to get the like fringe trim that she uses kind of like as the pie crust outer border. So I forgot that. I cut my 12 by 12 squares. We have the outer fabric, the batting, and then the bottom fabric. I'm gonna go ahead and iron these out as well because so to create her circle, she used a plate, but we actually don't have any circle plates, we have square plates. So I'm gonna be just using this like plastic bowl to create my circle. So I'm just gonna kind of put it in the middle here to then trace the bowl on the fabric. Then I'm going to pin everything together so everything stays in place. Okay, so here's how it's all looking. You can see the circle. So the next step is actually to sew about 1/4 inch around this circle. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Next step is the bias tape. So she said to cut it a little bit over where we just sewed. So I'm just gonna definitely look a lot cuter with the trim, and I think with like a fruit fabric in the background, like a strawberry or cherry would be really cute. But that is the final product for this one. I'm going to attempt another pot holder, and it's going to be in the shape of a pumpkin. So this tutorial is another one by Stacy Lee Creative, and it is the Fun Scrapped Busting Fall Project Scrappy Quilted Pumpkin Pot Holder. I'm not going to do mine in scraps. I'm just going to try it in this fabric because I have this large piece that I had in my scrap bin, but I'm just going to do one fabric instead of multi fabrics like she did in her tutorial. So this will be the top, cut out a little pumpkin with just regular paper. And I went ahead and drew the lines as well. That way I can get an idea of how it's going to look. And hers is a lot bigger, and she kind of just made hers more round. I'm going to try and do the little curves here. We'll see how it goes. But let's go ahead and cut out the fabric and the Insole Bright batting and get it all prepped for sewing. Okay, definitely not very good. It lost its shape and no longer even really looks like a pumpkin. It looks like a bean or something. But honestly, they're just for me, so I don't really mind it. And then my first ones, I did learn that the bias tape is kind of hard to maneuver around like curves, especially sharp curves, which is why it lost its pumpkin shape. I couldn't get it to sew around the curved area. Here are my first little pot holders. I think I like this version a lot better because it's easier. I just want to do maybe a different fabric and get some of the trim, and I think this could be really cute and make some like smaller ones and just look like little pies. So those are my first pot holders. It's a new day, and this morning I went over to Michael's just to see what kind of things they had for fall decor and crafts, and I picked out some cute stuff. So let me show you. The first thing I got, I just couldn't resist. I used to be really into like handmade little miniature houses and toy photography. So I picked up 2 of these. I got the Book Nook kits, so cute little miniature set. And I also picked out the Magic Shop. So these are diorama kits. So it's just like little miniature houses, and I thought they would be so cute for my bookshelf. I will do probably a little reel and like TikTok, YouTube shorts making these, so stay tuned for that. But I thought they were really cute, and all of the Halloween and fall stuff was half off. I got 2 of these. Let me show you. The first one is a little mushroom, and I forget, I don't know why I'm blanking on what these are called. Terranium? Is that it? I think it might be terranium, where you kind of like decorate the inside and make it all cute and like a little miniature living area. So I got a little mushroom one, and I also got a pumpkin. So I thought these would be really fun, and I picked out some stuff to actually decorate them. 2 things of moss. Oh, I also got, this is a separate craft, but some little ceramic pumpkins and paints. I thought these would be really cute as well. I also picked out this little Boo ceramic bowl. I thought it was really cute. So I got a little miniature fall tree. I'm hoping I can fit that in the pumpkin. I thought that would be really cute. I also got a fresh pumpkin patch stand. I just love miniature stuff. I just think it's so cute. I got 2 packs of little miniature pumpkins. This little Halloween lantern. These cute little trick-or-treating ghosts. I got this cute little pumpkin glass. This jack-o'-lantern coffee mug. Thought it was adorable. And I don't have any Halloween mugs, So I couldn't resist. Also, like I said, everything was half off for Halloween. We're gonna go ahead and restock on a few of my fall bookmarks. I'm completely out of my fall frog, and then we will finally get into the hobby that I am really loving. So I'll share that with you guys. But let me clear all of this. Hobby that I have gotten back into is book binding. So unfortunately, I don't have any space for this giant guillotine in my craft room. So it's currently occupied on the dining table that we never use. So I have two dramione fan fictions already printed. So I have this one and this one. This one is huge, so I know for a fact I'm not going to be able to fit the final bind in my guillotine. So I have to make sure that I cut them as even as I can, so that way when I glue them, I won't have to then try and recut it to make it even and neat. Okay, first step is to move the lever to where I want it for cutting. So because I'm making a paperback, I'm not gonna worry about making these signatures. And signatures are basically little groups that make it so it actually lines up, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not gonna worry about doing that. Sometimes it does make it easier. That way you don't have to go through each individual page and line them up, but that's how I'm going to do it for this. So. Here are my two text blocks for my books. So now I need to put the pages in order. I need to print off the cover image. So let me get my ruler. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to measure the spine. That is 1 1/4 inch. So 5.5 wide, 8.5 tall, and 1 1/4 inch for the spine. So I'm going to pull up my art. My thermal binding machine, I have my cover ready to go, and glue strips. I'm gonna take some parchment paper just to protect my cover. And as the glue is melting, I'm going to push the pages down just to make sure all of the glue kind of spreads out. So once this cools down completely and fully dries, I can take it back to my guillotine and trim off the edges. I think I'm going to leave this main edge because if I trim any more off, then I will lose some of the wording on the back. But that is how I bind paperbacks. So here are all of the paperbacks I've bound so far. These are all dramione fan fiction, and I just want to inform all of you guys that with fan fiction, do not buy it or sell it. This is strictly for yourself or to gift others. So yeah, if you want to make them, then you can learn how to bookbind, which I think is really fun, especially if you like to read or if you want to get into fan fiction. And I highly recommend Dramione. If you don't know what Dramione is, it's Draco and Hermione. And I know a lot of people think that concept is a little bit weird, but I love it. So yeah, I'm really loving this hobby, and I'll probably end up having just a whole shelf of handmade bound books, which is also really fun to see. But I hope you enjoyed this video and all of the fall crafts and hobbies, and I'll see you next week. Bye.